representatives of the Dracut Scholarship Foundation, parents, teachers, and distinguished guests. My name is Daniel Gasick, and I am the president of the class of 2017. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our commencement, our last event as students of Dracut High School. The class of 2017 is especially pleased to welcome all Dracut teachers who are present at our graduation today. On behalf of the class, I request that all teachers of the Dracut Public Schools stand and be recognized. And now, it is my honor to introduce my classmates, the Dracut High School class of 2017. At this time, I ask our class officers to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. Would you please join us in a moment of silence in remembrance for those family members who are no longer with us, but whose memory lives on in the hearts of those assembled here today.
Walk on
members of the Dracut School Committee, Superintendent Stone, faculty, parents, invited guests, members of the class of 2017. As principal of Dracut High School, I'm honored to welcome you to our school's commencement ceremonies, an event in which we honor our graduating students and take pride in their accomplishments. My remarks this evening is about the paths that we all take in life, the short path you all have traveled, and the 187 paths that lie ahead. For some of our teachers, their paths at Dracut High School end this year. They have completed many years of distinguished service to the young people of Dracut, and they are retiring. Please join me in recognizing the careers of teachers Judy Lalim, Linda Dugan, and Ann Nicholson. Class of 2017, please be seated. Several members of the class of 2017 have chosen a difficult, potentially dangerous path. They have opted to serve and protect our country. If you are entering the armed forces of the United States, please rise and be recognized by the people of the United States. Class of 2017, your commencement ceremony, this glorious, beautiful commencement ceremony, is really a metaphor for your entire career here at Dracut. Just a few minutes ago, you all walked onto this field following the same path. We practiced walking that path. We practiced and made care that everyone walked the same way, the same time, and looked the same. When you think about it, you've been walking that path for 13 years. That metaphorical path that these folks over here have guided you in each of those steps. They've taught you. They've shaped you. They've shown you the way down the path. All of that is about to change. And this is the great irony of tonight's ceremony, because all the preparations to walk that very narrow, straight path that you've been walking for 13 years, that they've been directing you for 13 years, that in this narrow path here behind me is going to open up to 187 totally different and unique paths. Paths that each of you must follow. That path will not be chosen by your teachers, will not be chosen by me, will not be chosen by your parents, your counselors, it won't be chosen by anyone. You see, you can't walk a path chosen by someone else. At least you can't walk it happily and successfully. The path must be yours and yours alone. But herein lies the true value of your years at Dracut High, your time with your teachers who are assembled here today. They have taught you about the paths that lie ahead. They have taught you what those paths will lead to. But now it is up to you, tonight, right now, to choose the path. You're all walking the same onto the ship, 187 different paths off the ship. And each of those unique paths will lead you to the person you will become. It must be that way. And so as you step off this boat in just a few minutes, step boldly onto your own path, for it is the only path that will lead to success and joy and to all the great things that lie ahead. Congratulations, everybody, on your commencement. And now I'd like to ask Dan Gasek back to the podium.
Good evening. How's it going, class of 2017? There we go. I know we've already done so, but I would like to take another moment to recognize all the teachers in the Dracut Public School System. They have given us the knowledge necessary to be successful, and for this, we thank you. Teachers were not the only members of the Dracut community to teach us valuable lessons in life. Mr. Coder, our driven, energetic vice principal, has taught us that you can't run away from your problems, literally. If you were tardy enough times, he would track you down, iPad in hand, and deliver your detention with a smile on his face. Mr. Manley, our wonderful principal, has taught us to never be afraid to ask for help. The help he should have asked for when trying to pronounce our names correctly at any school event ever. Superintendent Stone has taught us that it's okay to make mistakes. We've seen him make plenty of mistakes this year every time he refused to give us another snow day. All in all, the teachers, faculty, and staff of Dracut High School have been instrumental in making us the young adults we are today, and we thank you for all the support you have given us. I would also like to take this time to thank my family for all they have done for me, my sisters for supporting me in all my endeavors, my brother for being a role model to me in every aspect of life, my grandparents for their support and wisdom in everything I do. I would especially like to thank my parents. Mom and Dad, your love and support have made me the leader, athlete, and scholar I am today. I am incredibly lucky to have you two amazing people in my life. Thank you. I love you. I would like to share with everyone this evening one of my favorite quotes. During his 1961 inaugural address, President John F. Kennedy said, "My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." This quote is timeless. It has the same meaning and importance now as it did in 1961. It is a call to action. JFK is telling Americans not to sit back and hope the country provides for them, but to go out and make a difference in the world. As I look out in front of me this evening, I see the faces of 187 high school graduates, faces of 187 people who strive for greatness, faces of 187 people who can make a difference in the world. Making a difference is a great endeavor, and this endeavor does not come easy. It will take hard work, determination, dedication, and leadership to accomplish this, qualities which each and every one of you here tonight exemplifies. We all want to make something of ourselves. This is evident as you all worked hard to receive your diplomas. Those who wish to make a difference in the world have the desire to be the best they can be, to put forth all their effort in every aspect of their life, to help others in their time of need, and to be the leaders others want to follow. We, the class of 2017, are those people. We are those who will make a difference. As our high school careers come to a close, I ask that you remember all the valuable lessons you have learned here, the friendships you have made, and the people who have touched your lives. Go into the world and make a difference. We are the leaders of tomorrow. My fellow classmates, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, your community, your neighbor, your friend, your fellow American. Thank you and congratulations. And now, it is my honor to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stephen Stone.
Good evening. I would like to extend my personal welcome to all the parents, grandparents, and other family members of the graduating class, to members of the school committee, members of the Board of Selectmen, the town manager, representatives of our state delegation, members of the Dracut Scholarship Foundation, members of the various booster organizations that support the Dracut Public Schools, Dracut Access Television, as well as the administration, faculty, and staff of the Dracut Public Schools, here tonight to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2017. I would also like to take a moment to thank our facilities director, Mr. Graham, and the maintenance and custodial departments for their efforts in ensuring that everything looks as it does this evening. Two years ago, the substance of my graduation remarks centered on the feedback students had provided via Twitter on my decisions to cancel or delay, or not, school during the winter months. For seniors who do not have to make up snow days, this is a very important matter. Everyone seemed to enjoy the comments, and last year's class took up the challenge. A year ago, I once again used student feedback to ground my comments, urging graduates to resist the growing use of hyperbole and demonization in public discourse. Again, the feedback was positive. Within hours of my remarks, people were urging me to make it a tradition. Why provide remarks that you've heard, such as Mr. Manley's and Mr. Gasick's, that you've heard before this evening, when I could more engage you personally on a one-to-one basis? The problem, however, is that when I sat down and looked through the Twitter feedback that I received this year, most of it was either from underclassmen or people from other districts. The limited tweets from this class, along with my interactions over the past year with members of the senior class, did, however, mercifully give me a kernel of an idea. Earlier this week, a self-proclaimed comedian published an outrageously inappropriate image that has almost been universally criticized as being utterly distasteful, unseemly, and unfitting for the public forum. That individual had previously remarked, "I have no limits, no filter, no class, no poise, no decorum." As creatures of the social media age, before you head out to boot camp, the workplace, or to a college campus, I urge you to consistently act with civility. Remember always that you represent your families and community. Everything you do or say has meaning and will be judged accordingly. I can say that for the most part, this class, while not giving me lots of shots about canceling school, except for Mr. Gasick here, this past winter, was not without its critics. For example, Mark Kaijenga. Is he here this evening? Stand up. Thank you. He did comment on Twitter, "At Dracut Super, I'm going to tell my kids stories about you, so when they grow up, they'll see how awful of a place the world actually is." While I am concerned about your insistence on ending a sentence with a preposition, your commentary on my negative effect on the future of the world was civil, and I applaud you. I would recommend, however, that you could have been less personally hurtful to me if you had approached your desire to have the day off in a manner more like that of Taylor Tiernan Honan. Is he here? Thank you. She was kind enough to tweet, "At Dracut Scooper, no school tomorrow, please, please, with sugar on top." Now, I'm not saying that such an approach is more likely to get me to cancel school, but it certainly does make me feel better about the civility of our students at 4:30 in the morning on a snowy day. The relationship between a superintendent and students is by circumstance more distant than that of teachers or principals. Aside from visits to classrooms or interactions in the hallways or athletic events, there is not usually a daily connection. It doesn't mean that as superintendent I don't pay attention or don't know what's going on in the schools. For example, this year's class valedictorian, Matt Cahill, Mr. Cahill decided to mock me and my use of social media as part of the senior skit during the telethon by imitating me walking around with a selfie stick. While civil, what Matt didn't consider was one important fact. The superintendent always gets the last word. Mr. Cahill, could you come up here for a moment, please? Step on up. Come here, let's take a picture. And now while I have this out, if I can get a picture of the class of 2017 as well. Mock me if you will. It has been my pleasure to have known you and watched you grow into mature and civil adults. I wish you the best in your future endeavors and congratulate you. Remember, once a MIDI, always a MIDI. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Miss Eileen Dufour of the Dracut Scholarship Foundation to step forward.
Hey, class of 2017. I'm honored to be here tonight as we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2017. Even though it's been many years since my high school graduation, I still remember the excitement of this very special night. On Wednesday evening, we praised the accomplishments of many of this class's seniors at Pride Night. Included in these various awards were the scholarships granted by the Dracut Scholarship Foundation. DSF is in its 60th year and has awarded well over $1.7 million in scholarships to help further the education of students who have excelled academically, participated in extracurricular activities, and performed countless hours of community service. You may wonder where this money comes from. It comes from the incredible, generous people of Dracut. On behalf of the entire DSF board, I extend our gratitude to all of the businesses, individuals, and civic organizations that have donated their money, time, goods and services, and talent in support of our fundraising activities. It is truly an exceptional effort from an exceptional community. At this time, I would like to recognize this year's Dracut Scholarship Foundation Award recipients. I ask that each recipient stand when his or her name is called and remain standing until all names have been announced. I also ask that everyone please hold your applause until all of the recipients have been announced. The following seniors are awarded scholarships in the amount of $2,000. Sebastian Jaramillo, Kayla Gooch, Adriana Martinez, Taylor Tierney Honan, Megan O'Brien, Jenna Frazier, Nicole Morin, Molly Reardon, Yara Omar, Thomas Crowley, Donald Woods, Richard Martell, Kyle Scott, Stephen Gaff, Sarah Patnod, Lauren Nadolny, Julia Petka, and Tricia Wojas. The following seniors are awarded scholarships in the amount of $2,500. Shelby Moulton, Sean Matthew, Evan Paul, Taylor Roberts, Renee Lavoie, Benjamin Ingalls, Brooke Tresca, Alex Long, and Sawyer D'Amato. The following seniors are awarded scholarships in the amount of $2,750. Tyler Burgoyne, Sydney Margolis, Madeline George, Roscoe Martin, Megan Miller, Nicole Turgeon, and Shauna Gorby. The following seniors are awarded scholarships in the amount of $3,000. Tristan Mayall, Tyler DeJaden, Brian Bisson, Veronica Brown, Connor Johnston, and Matthew Drew. The following seniors are awarded scholarships in the amount of $3,500. Sarah Bormeister, Matthew Cahill, and Daniel Gasick. Please join me in congratulating the 2017 recipients of the Dracut Scholarship Foundation Awards. Finally, on the behalf of the Board of Directors of the Dracut Scholarship Foundation, I extend our sincere congratulations to the entire class of 2017. We wish every single one of you the best in all your future endeavors and hope you will always remember and appreciate what a special and generous community the town of Dracut is. Thank you. Go Middies!
At this time, it is my honor to introduce our class salutatorian, Sarah Bormeister.
Classmates, friends, family, and distinguished guests, good evening and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2017. I want to start out by saying how honored I am to be given the privilege of speaking to you tonight. I'd also like to say how incredibly nervous I was for this speech. Not because I'd have to stand in front of, my entire community, but rather because finding the right words to say to you all was seemingly impossible. As I sat in front of my laptop 2 days ago, because per usual I procrastinated, I wondered if throughout these 4 years there were any life lessons I've learned that would be even remotely useful to you. What I've come to realize in high school is that it's important to live in the moment. As unoriginal as that may sound, I've found that sometimes sayings like that are cliché for a reason. The word cliché itself means overused, but in that case, it also implies a meaning of truth. A saying that has survived throughout the years as tried and true is the parallel to its popularity. As Paul Hawken remarked in his own commencement speech, Ralph Waldo Emerson once asked what we would do if the stars only came out once every 1,000 years. No one would sleep that night, of course. We would be ecstatic, delirious, made rapturous by the glory of God. Instead, the stars come out every night, and we watch television. There is no better moment in our lives than right now. We have endless possibilities that we can take and then make the best of. I implore you not to live in the past, but to learn from it. The memories made here at Dracut High School are not the best of your lives. Rather, they serve as a solid foundation for your future. As my mother, Michelle, always told me when I was stressed or worried, high school is just a blip on your radar screen. This means that what is a big deal today won't matter in a month, a year, or 10 years. Enjoy the happy moments as they come and take the sad in stride. Eventually, everything will fall into place. Every single one of you has the opportunity to succeed. Whether you're going off to college, entering our military, or joining the workforce, take each day as a blessing and work to better yourselves. The only thing limiting your success is you. There's no day like today to try something new, to climb a new mountain, and to grow as a person. Everyone has room for improvement. Except, of course, the Patriots. 28-3, guys. 28-3. I want to end by saying how proud I am of you all. As a class, you contain some of the most hardworking, dedicated, and ambitious people I've had the pleasure of knowing. I ask that you remember to live in the present and take each and every moment in, especially this one, class of 2017. You've earned it. Thank you.
It is now my honor to introduce our class valedictorian, Matthew Cahill.
Good evening, everyone. I would first like to take a moment to thank my family, my friends, my teachers, and my coaches, who have all had a significant impact on my life. Without you, I would not be where I am today, so thank you. To those of my classmates who I have never had the chance to meet during these past 4 years, I'm sorry. I know I've missed the opportunity to get to know some fantastic people with amazing talents, and it is one of my largest regrets. It's hard to believe we're here, isn't it? It seems like just yesterday we were freshmen, making the long and miserably cold walks from the high school to the freshman academy, wanting time to fly by as quickly as possible. Then we were sophomores. Some of us had a new history teacher every day, and we were all still trying to figure out who we were as students here at Dracut High. Still, we wish time would fly by, but it never seemed slower. Even when I raced on that track, I wanted time to go by as quickly as possible, completing the mile or the 2 mile as fast as I could. Most of our 4 years here, I couldn't wait for the long anticipated end. But now, as I realize that tonight could possibly be the last night we're gathered together, I wish time could slow to the point of stopping so I could get to know each of you better before we say what could be our final goodbyes. Nonetheless, time will no doubt continue to fly by as it has the last 4 years, each day a little quicker than the last. That's the funny thing about time. We hold it so dear, yet it always works against us. So what can we do knowing the clock is ticking? Well, there is a benefit to the passage of time, and that is the ability to change. As anyone here who has taken physics would understand, you cannot calculate the velocity of an object without a period of time over which the displacement changed. Likewise, we can use the passage of time to change ourselves, and today is the day to change. We simply aren't promised tomorrow. In the words of American cartoonist Bill Keane, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. We cannot change the past, class of 2017, nor can we know what the future will bring, but we can change now. We can make voluntary changes that lead us to success. We can hone the gifts given to us to become the best versions of ourselves. So my challenge, not just to the class of 2017, but to everyone gathered here today, is will you make these changes? Will you choose to be better than you are right now? None of us are perfect, and we can all strive to be better. Will it come easy? No. Will we be changed in the blink of an eye? Of course not. But will this conscientious change alter the course of our lives and the community around us? Without a doubt. I leave you with these closing remarks, my fellow classmates, paraphrased from my favorite rock band, Skillet. Today, will we try a little harder? Will we make every minute last longer? Will we learn to forgive and forget? Because we don't have long, gotta make the most of it. Today, will we love our enemies? Reach out to somebody who needs us. Will we make a change, make the world a better place? Because tomorrow could be one day too late. My classmates, my friends, tomorrow could be one day too late. So I hope we will all strive to change today. Thank you.
Teachers, please move into position for final goodbyes, and congratulations. I now call upon members of the Dracut School Committee to award diplomas to the class of 2017. Mr. Coder will call the class roll.
Matthew Joseph Cahill. Sarah Michelle Bormeister. Daniel Roland Gasick. Tyler Christopher Burgoyne. Rachel Lynn Santos. Sapan Abul Hassani. Michelle Alisa Acevedo. Jeremy Patrick Aker. Evelyn May Ann Adams. Tyler Michael Agostino. Cordell Osazuwa Abikin. Edgar Oteano Adwala. Christopher Lee Anastasopoulos. Mitchell Edward Bailey. Jade Judith Bassett. Daniel Ernest Beaudry. Jessica Lynn Beckwith. Amanda Elizabeth Bishop. Brian Joseph Bisson. Dina Gloria Brady. Veronica Angel Brown. Lauren Ashley Byam. Alyssa Dawn Carr. Bailey Shanna Chartier. Brittany Nassine Cheum. David Choate Jr. Michelle Maureen Silly. Brian Scott Cody. Caitlin Elizabeth Conley. Colin Charles Cook. Catherine Marie Cortez. Thomas Charles Crowley. Kevin Patrick Curran. Sawyer Cecilia D'Amato. Dennis William DeGumis. Catherine Christine Dasquitz. Tyler Michael DeJaden. Joshua William DeRogers. Brandon Paul DiCamillo. Caitlin Ann DePerry. Alexis Paige Duty. Matthew Raouf Dews. Matthew Todd Drew. Kayla Nation Duhamel. Rania El Fakir. Olivia Marie Elliott. Jacob Thomas Enright. Rachel Ann Fast. Joseph John Faxon. Jocelyn Laura Felice. Jared William James Foley. Jenna Isabel Frazier. Alexa Christine Galasso. Emily Ann Gantz. Stephen Anthony Gaff Jr. Michelle Anna Goudreau. Ashley Catherine Gittrich. Madeline Marie George. Ryan Paul Gear. Richard Andrew Glynn. Olivia Gail Gomez. Kayla Lee Gooch. Shauna Lee Gorby. Arden Kathleen Gramling. Andrew Michael Grant. Alexis Adrien Green. Peter William Greenwood. Jasper Gucciardi. Haley Marie Hall. Savannah Lily Hamburger. Benjamin Taylor Ingalls. Abby Nicole Janowitz. Sebastian Jaramillo. Jenny Rose Jaroche. Connor Robert Johnston. Jordan Amber Jubinville. Vandy Mata Callan. Mark Tendo Kayanja. Frederick Francis Kozalski. Anderson Kiogera Kamani. Brittany Rashana Kisto. Nicole Anna Kunstler. Samuel Alfred Latteru. Zachary Tyler Lackmany. Ariana Sophia Lamont. Michael Joseph Langlois III. Cody Marquis Lania. Haley Marie Laurencio. Megan Mary Lauren. Renee Elizabeth Lavoy. Michael Raymond Lemarier. Richtonon Norverlander Lee. Daniel Thomas Lerman. Bethany Marie Lavasser. Miradula Lum. Alex Marissa Long. Alana Rose Lyons. Kerry Ann Mahoney. James Lee Maldonado. Tyler Joseph Malo. Evan Vincent Maloney. Mamadi Mansari. Emmanuel Konedu Marfo. Sydney Ryan Margolis. Richard Roland Martel. Adriana Marisol Martinez. Roscoe Wilfred Martin. Sean Joseph Matthew. Tristan David Mayall. Caitlin Marie McCarthy. Omar Allen Magong. Samantha Marie Merrick. Erica Lee Merrill. Megan Ann Miller. Zachary James Moran. Nicole Elizabeth Morin. Shelby Rose Moulton. Alexis Mora. Laura Christine Murphy. Lauren Brooke Nadoli. Haley Diane Noel. Perlini Takela Nong. Sean Patrick Nugent. Stephen Chamba Nairo. Megan Pamela O'Brien. Kimberly Marie O'Shea. Eric Michael Olson. Yara Omar. Skylar Ann Orman. Grayson Arthur Owens. Cameron Anthony Palumbo. Sarah Elizabeth Patnod. Emily Rose Paul. Evan Andrew Paul. Julia Rose Petka. Brandon Fan. Derek Sanford Crack. Justin Michael Reynolds. Christopher Daniel Ridge. Catherine Hope Reardon. Molly Virginia Reardon. Casey Juliano Rivera. Tyler Joseph Roberge. Taylor Helen Roberts. Isabella Sabino Rocha. Akira Sonia Rodriguez. Savannah Elizabeth Rose Rogers. Courtney Ashton Roth. Justice Elijah Santiago. Jessica Marie Sarakis. Michaela Elizabeth Schwartz. Kyle Gordon Scott. Mackenzie Sayak. Tyler Hyung Sang. Mitchell Scott Shaughnessy. Alexia Malena Sheehan. Corey Andrew Silk. Michael Stephen Silva. Andrew Philip Simpson. Tyler Christopher Simpson. Michael Andrew Snowden. Aishlyn Carmen Suarez. Kimberly Rose Sullivan. Michaela Marie Zadis. Sarah Paulina Taveras. Calvin Faye Tack. Marvin Hong Tack. Christian Evan Tasiopoulos. Derek Christian Terrio. Taylor Eva Tierney Honan. Eliza Ann Tierney. Rachel Marie Toby. Brooke Kelly Tresca. Tyrell Jaguna Truville. Nicole Mary Turgeon. Shaylin Renee Vella. Zachary Thomas Venezia. Ana Gabriela Vincelios. Brian James Ward. Emily Colleen Welton. Casey Lee Williams. Trisha Marie Wojcik. Caitlin Lee Clardy Woodman. Alexis Jillian Woods. Donald James Woods. And Evan Gary Worcester.
love this stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it to Dad.
Congratulations. I wish I had you. Thank you. Good luck. Congratulations. Thank you. Good luck. You guys are almost done. You're almost done.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay.
But we can use
It's okay.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
So, unlike Superintendent Stone, I did not come with a selfie stick, but I would like to take one last selfie with the class of 2017. Awesome, thanks. As my last official duty as the president of the class of 2017, I asked the seniors to signify their new status as high school graduates by moving their tassels from the left to the right. Congratulations, graduates. Will the graduates of the class of 2017 please rise as Mr. Manley leads the high school recessional to the reception in the courtyard? Thank you.
Did you get that? She goes, and I was like, Matt, how did we do this?
I don't know.
I started crying during
How
the
we made it? How we made it? I'm exhausted from this. What are we doing?